Into Sunkyo Park, edge of the area. He's going to have the shot. You know he is, and he scores.
Oh yeah!
Hello and welcome back to another episode as part of the Pacific Pursuit, and welcome back to Everton, where in today's episode we have two games coming up. We've stayed for the summer. It's been quite a short pre-season, to be honest, if we go and take a look. So we obviously ended off last year there. As you can see, we had some friendlies on the other side of the two there where we got a win, a loss, as you can see. So we literally went into pre-season 3 weeks after the end of the season, and have played quite a lot of games. Between this game here on 2 weeks into the new year and that, it's only a 6-week break, so it's not really that long. So a nice time really between the seasons, and we are staying here. As it stands, there's not been a job that's come up really of interest. All the jobs are now gone. Everyone's ready to go. We're here as it stands. At a minimum, we will try and get this. The thing is, the worst case scenario is that we don't play Copa Sudamericana football this year, but we do qualify this Everton team for it, and then we go and have a good go at it from there. In terms of what's going on there with those teams, not the Copa Libertadores, it's the Copa Sudamericana. If we go and take a look at that, there's this preliminary round here. Is this some sort of qualifying? Because when I was looking before, it didn't say that. Yeah, as you can see there. So the teams who are already guaranteed in are above here. We've got some Brazilian teams, Argentinian teams. They're the only teams actually who are guaranteed to qualify. But then there's a load of the teams who are here and who we could potentially take over. There's some Colombian teams, some Uruguayan teams, Penarol, which is an interesting one because they are 55 times Uruguayan First Division winners, 5 times Copa Libertadores winners. And if we could start to send them on their way back to Copa Libertadores glory, then why not do that with the Copa Sudamericana? Now, how did they finish last year? How did they do? They really fell off. Had a 5th place finish there for the first time since 2022. They had that bad of a result, 14th there back in 2016. Don't know what happened, but if they continue to have a bit of a rough season, if they brought in a new manager, I feel like the job went up and I didn't take it. They haven't had a new manager, but if he goes, then we could potentially go in there. Does it say would prefer not to be a manager in Uruguay, which is interesting. So if he was to move, potentially that's a job we could look to go to, but who knows. We've got 2 games here today with Everton. We've made just the one signing. A few players have left us, but we still have a massive squad to work with. Vegas has left us, gone over to Palestino there, and we brought in Thomas Vergara, who is a goalkeeper, backup goalkeeper for us, lots of experience, and he brings some leadership qualities into this squad. But yeah, squad's in a good position, good finish to the season. There's a few issues here. Players want their deals re-signing and stuff like that and wanting to leave, but I'm sure we'll go and sort that out. Let's get straight into it. The start of our first full season here, potentially, but hopefully we get the move here with Everton and we play up against O'Higgins. So the team for this game against O'Higgins, we've got a few players out. Vega, Quinones, Navarro all miss out due to injury, but the team nonetheless starts with Leon in goal, backline Brune, Araya, Rojas, Paredes. We've got Garate, the youngster, who will hopefully have a good game here today. Munizaga, Park in the midfield, Viacia on the left, Versace on the right, Pellegrino up top. Kick off here in this game against O'Higgins. Hopefully we get the result. I think they're a newly promoted team. I don't feel like I'm familiar with them really, but in this game we want to go and be convincing. We are still the manager of this club and we don't want to show them any disrespect, even if we do have that intention of moving. I also think it's good because we have a good squad here, and I think we 3 episodes would not have done it much justice. There was potential job opportunities, but I just don't think many of them were what we wanted. The Everton job was convincing for us. We'd go and save them from the situation they found themselves in, and I think we did a very good job of that. And hopefully we can return them somewhat to former glory, or send them on their way to former glory, and we might do it here. Versace plays a ball into the middle. It's back out to Paredes, who will look to go to Rojas, but over to this left side. Araya is waiting for it when it goes to Paredes. Munizaga, Paredes advancing now down this right side. Can he look to go and deliver a ball in? What will he do? He does play the ball in for Pellegrino in the middle, who hits the crossbar. So close to that being 1-0 here in this game, but it's not. in the end. But yeah, as we said, I think we have a good squad. We've got Sunkyo Park, who is still here, and I think it's nice to stay around. But where we go next, I don't know. I think there's a lot of interesting places. Colombia being one of them. I don't think Brazil is next. Until we win the Copa Sudamericana, I think the choice from Brazil will be a lot bigger, and there's a lot more teams who we definitely can go to. So I think it'll be interesting to see what we go and do with that when that time comes. But in terms of the Copa Sudamericana teams, it's Colombia, Uruguay, Peru, potentially the top teams. If there was a top team in Chile that was having a rough season, then maybe we could move there. But I would like to go to as many countries as possible, so potentially not. But if it's a really, really good opportunity, no reason why I wouldn't go and turn it down. But I guess the focus now is on what we can do whilst we're still here with the the Everton team. Especially in these games, every game counts. We want to set them up in case we were to go and move. I think as I said, the worst case scenario is we spend this year without any continental football. There's a ball in behind here, and the header from Leon denies the O'Higgins play. As I said, no continental football, but that would mean that if it is the case by so if it's what is it, February now or January, or is it just a normal season? Yeah, it is January there, as you can see. If it was to be a case of by July we've not moved, so probably 2 episodes time we've not moved, then we would put a real emphasis on trying to win this, when we'll get this team into the Copa Sudamericana, so then we can go and go and use them next year and see what we can do with them. In that tournament, and I think there is the potential with this squad. We don't have tons of money. We have quite a good squad as it is now, but players will want to leave. If we can bring in adequate replacements, then maybe it's possible. But who knows? Who knows? Really, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. Really, we would just have to see what comes up. There is that potential to go and do it with this team, but whether or not it is them that we go and do it with is something that will be decided. When job opportunities come up or they don't come up is another way of thinking of it, because they couldn't come up, and that could be the reason why we don't move from this club. It's all about what happens with the other clubs now, and the teams are going to go into the group stages of the Copa Sudamericana. If they go and have a bit of a tough group phase, then that might not be good, because they might be qualified and in that competition, but they might be out by the time we get there. There's a ball here and Pellegrino scores. We're still here with Everton, and Pellegrino has scored to make it 1-0 here in this game. Sunkyo Park left it for him, and that could be an opening day win here. We've put the pressure on for the most part of this game, and that is a very deserved goal here in the first half. We'll look to go into the second half, but yeah, if we're going to a team who is in the competition and they're sacking the manager either because of bad league performances or a bad group phase or both, then that would mean that we probably are out of that competition, which would mean that it's basically no point in moving. We might as well just qualify this team for it. I think the thing we have to consider as well is it's tough to get a consistent team. This is the problem we always have with these challenges. It's always tough to get a consistent team in the Copa Sudamericana. I think with the Melbourne victory it was a bit easier because we could do as well as we could with that team and still get them in. I think it was no guaranteed Champions League places or something like that. I don't really remember. But the Champions League too was very easy to qualify for if you finish second or third. But we've seen with how easy it can be with hard it can be with Tromso when you want to do even better than you're doing, but you just can't because you have to limit yourself in order to qualify. Not limit yourself, but I think there's that mental block, that capacity that we did have, and some decisions maybe influenced it a little bit. Some signings and stuff like that. But when we go to Shakhtar, for example, we just went to win the league, and that would be what we did, and it's because that's what we wanted to do. Sunkyo Park, of course, he scores 2-0 here in this game. He scores with Ulsan, he scores with Everton, and it's Sunkyo Park for 2-0 here in this game. Lovely goal, and that is surely an opening day 3 points wrapped up here in this game. But yeah, as I was saying, I think that we have to be considerate of that. Go to a team whose goals are maybe not to win the league and don't find it that easy to win the league, and maybe we have to go somewhere where it's guaranteed that we can get that Copa Sudamericana. I think the best thing we can do is just win it as soon as possible. I think is the way to go about it, and I think that's what we'll try and do, and hopefully it is it is something that we do go on to do here. But the focus now is on these games with Everton and any job offers that may come up alongside it. You've got to be prepared for us to move, so pack your bags, because we can be moving by next episode. This could be the last episode for all I know and for all you know as well. So I think it's if you want to say your goodbyes to the team, probably no better time than to do it now. If I was to put money on the day we would leave, it would be, I think we get more episodes potentially, because we need teams to get really stuck into their seasons and then see where their issues emerge from. But I think it would be in the next episode. We'd have this episode, another episode for Tuesday, and then Wednesday it could be time to move to that new club. It could be time to move to that new club if we're conceding goals like that. I think it's offside. I don't know what the ref's going to say. You'll have a look to see whether or not it is 70 minutes gone in this game. Will the goal stand? The decision is goal disallowed, which is always good for us. We can go and look to make some changes. We get the sharpness up in some of these boys off the bench, some youngsters who may not be too familiar with, to see how they do and if they can go and have a good game. We've looked into the depth. Some players did obviously leave as contracts expired, stuff like that. There's a chance in behind here, the shot goes in and that goal will stand, and that is very, very frustrating really. That number 9 whose goal was disallowed, it isn't disallowed this time, and that is 2-2 here. It's an eventful opening day, but one really we don't want to be a part of, considering we have led this game 2-0 and we are now at 2-2. We've been the far better team, but it's just not been our day. Whether or not we can get a winning goal, we'll have to see in the final few moments as we go and win that ball back. Or do we? There's a ball in behind here, poor defending, the shot is going to go in, it's into the hands of Leon in the end, and he's going to go and look to play it up, see what we can do in the final few moments of this game. I think it's just a bit of opening day nerves, potentially some players who maybe don't play as much and some players off the bench, a bit of that, a bit of a rocky start, but I think we've been good in this game. It's a shame we don't get the win though. If we don't, we'll have to see if there's any final chance in this game. We can always go and pick up 3 points in the next one. We have bottled a 2-0 lead, as we've done quite a few times here, but what can we do really? Full-time whistle goes, it's a 2-2 draw. And the team for this game against Audax, we play at home. Leon in goal, backline of Brune, Raya, Rojas, Paredes. We've got Munizaga, Quinones, Sunkyo Park in the middle, Vaisi on the left, Versace on the right, and Pellegrino up top. Kick off here in this game. Hopefully we can have a bit more of a convincing display. It would be nice. I think we were quite good in that last game, but I think we maybe have a bit of insecurities in the back because of players missing. We obviously have Quinones returning today, which is always good. There's a ball in behind here. Sunkyo Park with an effort, and that's a save from the Audax goalkeeper there. The chance to make it 1-0, and Sunkyo Park unable to convert really. But he's had a good time here, I think, and I think we might have to bring him along wherever we go next. Maybe it'll be like Mauro Couto, when we went to Shakhtar. Might not be as good, but he will be there, and I think it could be interesting. As you see there, 15 games played in the league, 4 goals scored, and that is that's not bad numbers. I think it's similar numbers to Ulsan, and I think he played less at Ulsan and actually scored more, which he came in, as I said, at a time where we really needed a player like him to just step in when he's needed, come into the team, get us a goal, bag an assist, and he did exactly that, and I think that's why it was so impressive. So we can't complain, and he's faceless in game. He doesn't have a face, but maybe we can discover who he is, and he's one of those cult heroes really. Vaisi is in behind here. Can he look to have the shot? It's off the post, and Versace is going to look to give this chase. He goes to Paredes. He's going to look to play a ball when he's not able to. In the end, I think Sunkyo Park gives himself a very good claim to the team of the Pacific. Potentially now we're on the other side of this Pacific. We have to start to kind of consider who makes it into that team, and I think as a bit of a cult hero, I think it makes sense potentially that he gets there. First player to move across 2 clubs. And he gives himself a very good claim to getting there, but who knows, hopefully he can go and have a good last few games here with this club before we go, and maybe, just maybe, take him along. He is considered an emergency backup. That's what he listed himself as. I always had the intentions of playing him because I knew he's just a very consistent player, and he is a very consistent player, has a real presence in that midfield and does well. I mean, you can see here the way he's just, staying tied to his man, trying to force that error, and he will go and turn that ball over and do well, and we win that ball back. He draws the man, and then now Quinones can get on the end of this. He can look to square it. Where will he go? He plays the ball in, and Munizaga, edge of the area. Versace with the rebound. He can't put it away. It'll go back in though, and it's into Sunkyo Park, who has the effort. It's Vaisia now. He goes back in, and then it's cleared. In the end, it was in the mixer then, but no one was able to get on the end of that. Is still continuing to advance down this left side. Where will it go? The ball into the middle where Pellegrino is waiting for it, and it goes over the bar. In the end, don't know how he's offside there, but apparently so. 35 minutes gone in this game. It's been an eventful few games for us, and we win this ball back. And Sunkyo Park, where will he go? He'll look to beat his man potentially, maybe lay it off. He plays it off to Paredes, and now he'll go and make the run down this right side, maybe pull it back potentially. He goes to Quinones, who's edge of the area. He loses out, but it's Munizaga who does well to stop the pass there, and now he will go back to Rojas at the back over to this right side. Now you'd expect it for Paredes. Can he play the ball in behind? You see it there. Versace, Sunkyo Park, edge of the area, over to Brune, switch to play, looking to advance. Can he play the ball in behind? Is he going to look to play it in? He goes to Araya, into the midfield potentially. Brune, where will he go? Vaisia now. Back to Brune. It's taking the time, just maintaining this possession. I can't complain if this is what I wanted to do, as Brune plays a lovely ball in behind, and Vaisia, can he look to square it? It is square by one of the defenders, and now Quinones into Sunkyo Park, edge of the area. He's going to have the shot, he is, and he scores! Sunkyo Park, he scores again. Cult hero, that's what he is, and that is 1-0 here. In this game, his second in 2 games, second of the season, and Sunkyo Park has made it 1-0 here in this game. You felt it was coming. He's at the heart of that team, and he just felt if someone was going to score, it was going to be him, and he does, and it's 1-0 here in this game. And it's a very good first half for us. We pick up an injury for Vaisia. Probably should have brought him off a little bit earlier. We bring Cáceres on to that left side there. 50 minutes gone in this game. We're up to 3rd or 4th place now in the table. There is some teams, the maximum points we can get from this game is 4. Some teams who got 3 in the first, and then we'll probably go on and win their games and go up to 6. If there's draws, maybe we can beat other teams there on goal difference, something like that. We'll have to see. Here's Paredes. Where will he go? Down the line potentially. He goes back to Quinones. Will Sunkyo Park get himself another one in this game, or will it be someone else? Pellegrino potentially got quite a number of goals for us last season. It's over to Brune on this left side, down the line. Will he be able to play it? He's advancing all the way. Can he look to play it into the middle? He beats his man all the way around. He squares it. Sunkyo Park with an effort. He's always there. Which off the defender in the end. Really quite unfortunate that he's not able to convert Munizaga into Brune. It's lost out in the end, really. Now it might be a first chance in this game for Audax. We're outnumbering them. We've done well to get back, really, and they're going to look to try and advance, but if they can't without the men, then nothing's going to come from it. But I thought something would then down that left side, but it doesn't. In the end, they've not had a single shot, not even a shot on target. They haven't had a single shot. We've absolutely killed this game off, and it's been a very good display here. Hopefully we can actually come away with the win though this time. Here's Araya into Quinones, over to this right side. Versace now, can he look to go and play it in? He's looking to where he can go. Munizaga, the return ball. Versace's in behind for 2-0 here in this game, and that is it. 2-0 here, 60 minutes. Surely the win here on the second game of the season. Lovely finish. The 1-2 between Versace and Munizaga for 2. Now, was it Munizaga or was it Quinones? I think it is. Munizaga does come in there and he plays in Versace. The return ball, absolutely dominant display here in this game. 70 minutes gone. Very, very good performance and no cause for complaint really from me. We can go and look to make a few changes. I think we'll bring off the goal scorer in Versace so we don't risk anything happening there. We bring on Paredes off as well, and then at the back as well, or on the left, bring off Brune. And then we'll stick with those for now. I'll make that final change actually. Why not make a change with one of the centre backs? Just give some players some rest. and go into these next few games in a very good state. But 80 minutes gone in this game, a very, very good performance, and there's no cause for complaint from me really. If this is what we end on here with our time with Everton, then it's a very good display. The full time whistle goes, we're up to second with a 2-0 win. So once again, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy that video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll leave with this little tune. I'll see you again tomorrow wherever we are. Thank you, bye bye.